Kitchener-Conestoga.
Speaker, my question is to the Minister of Consumer Services. Minister, as of May 1st, Ontarians who go to purchase a big screen TV will be forced to pay 40% higher eco-tax thanks to your government. The Environment Minister signed off on this massive eco-tax increase without giving any forewarning to consumers. He knew full well that this decision would be extremely unpopular, so he hid it from the public and still, to this date, refuses to admit he rubber-stamped this massive increase, even though I have his approval letter right here. We know from the Premier's testimony at the Gas Plant Committee she clearly doesn't read documents she signs that link her to scandals and mismanagement. So can you tell this House if the Environment Minister at least ran it by you?
Minister of Consumer Services. Minister of the Environment.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I've been discussing with a number of people the very inadequate Conservative bill, which was the Ontario Waste Diversion Act, and all of the problems that it has created for this province. And each one of the groups I talk to is very concerned about hearing what the Conservatives are saying in this particular matter, because they mischaracterize on many occasions what these are all about.
That's a withdrawal.
I will withdraw. Boy, when I want to see, I've listened to many of the statements that have been made by members of the opposition. I'm going to tell you that come a lot closer to unparliamentary than when I just went through. But I want to say that the information that the member is trying to convey to this House, of course, is incorrect. He knows the Ontario government receives no money from this.
Minister of Rural Affairs.
He knows it is as a result of the legislation that his government put into effect, legislation we're going to change completely, revise completely, and make sure that this kind of situation does not arise in the years to come.
Supplementary.
For the record, my question was actually to the Minister of Consumer Services. You know, asking the Environment Minister about consumer protection would be like asking a bandit for a lesson in fair pricing. Minister, as the person charged with protecting consumers, I'm sure you can understand why Ontarians are shocked that you failed to address this issue. Instead of standing up for consumers, you sat on the sidelines while the Minister of the Environment and Ontario Electronic Stewardship quietly plotted a massive new eco-tax hike they both hope will just fly under the radar. This behaviour couldn't be more unaccountable, lack more transparency, and be more anti-consumer. Minister, how can Ontario consumers have confidence in your government when you can't even protect them from your own Environment Minister?
Seated, please. Be seated, please. Minister of the Environment.
I'm worried, first of all, that the very good veterans that are members of the Conservative caucus never seem to get a chance to ask any questions anymore. We have introduced as a government 2 bills that are designed to help consumers in this province. The Progressive Conservative Party and caucus are stalling both of those bills, will not let them go to committee. But speaking of consumer ministers, the person who had a chance, back when you passed that ill-advised legislation in 2002, your leader of your party was the Minister of Consumer and Commercial Relations. He, in effect, is the godfather of equal fees in this province.
What did Bill Murdoch say about him?
And I remember the quotation of one Bill Murdoch, a former member of this legislature, on the job that the leader was doing at that time.
Worst minister.
I hope that this member will support the legislation we'll be bringing forward to replace the ill-conceived, inappropriate legislation that was brought forward by your government.